Hello. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Quest for You. This is episode 303, Conviction. I'm going to read you an excerpt from an interview with Richard Branson. I was in my late 20s, so I had a business, but nobody knew who I was at the time. I was headed to the Virgin Islands and I had a very pretty girl waiting for me, so I was determined to get there on time. At the airport, my final flight to the Virgin Islands was cancelled because of maintenance or something. It was the last flight out that night. I thought this was ridiculous, so I went and chartered a private plane to take me to the Virgin Islands, which I did not have the money to do. Then I picked up a small blackboard, wrote Virgin Airlines, $39 on it, and went over to the group of people who had been on the flight that was cancelled. I sold tickets for the rest of the seats on the plane, used their money to pay for the chartered plane, and we all went off to the Virgin Islands that night. The more important the project is that we are working on, the more prepared we want to be, the more perfect we want it to be, and the more we want to think it through. We never feel ready because there's always something else still to consider. But we miss great opportunities this way. We close doors on ourselves that opened up, and we get so mired in the details that we never finish or come out with our idea. When life presents us with challenges that excite us, we often become paralyzed. Feelings of uncertainty, insufficient preparation, and underqualifications arise within us. We don't feel good enough, smart enough, and prepared enough to take them on. We wait too long. Sometimes we wait until it's too late. That's the difference between the people that we read about and admire, like Richard Branson, and us. They start in the exact same place we do. Little or no money, often zero resources, no contacts or connections, and hardly any experience. And just like us, they're scared, they feel uncertain, they don't have any idea whether it will work out or not. But they go for it. While we don't. They choose to start despite it all, while we hesitate and wait. I strongly believe that there is only one thing you need to get started. And I call it conviction. A strong belief in yourself and in your idea or plan. I love that word, conviction. Conviction is more than just a feeling. And conviction is not grasping or holding on to a lost cause. Rather, it's a belief in knowing that this is the right path. When conviction is present, it aligns itself with other areas of your life. The belief that you're on the right track gets validated. Doors begin to open, people begin to show up, signs appear everywhere. I remember when I started my podcast. It was a year prior that the idea took hold of me. I waited, maybe too long. I didn't feel ready or prepared. But the more time I spent thinking about my podcast, the more excited I became. When I started recording my voice on my phone, I knew this was it. This is what I needed to do. And once I started, everything fell into place. I recall clearly that one of my major hurdles was time. I wanted to have 3 weeks worth of episodes before I went live. And I was constantly traveling for work and working long hours, which held me back from getting it done. Suddenly, this job came to an end and I had the break I needed to completely dedicate myself to Quest for You. Conviction, my friends. A strong pull into the direction of your dream. Shivers and goosebumps on your body when you think about your dream unfolding. A smile on your face like mine right now, when you see yourself with your plan successfully executed. And an inner knowing, despite the riskiness and the craziness of it all, that this is somehow going to be good. That's when you should start. And I bet you can think of a time in your life where this proved to be true. Maybe a job you accepted that you didn't think you were ready for. Or a trip you went on that wasn't all planned out the way you wanted. Or something you started or undertook without the complete picture of how it would all fan out. Because you had conviction. Conviction is as good as it gets. It's not the guarantee you want, or the backup plan in case things go wrong. But it's your starting point. It's your indicator that right here, right now, in this moment, you have enough to get started. That's where Richard Branson started. That's where many of the most successful entrepreneurs started. With a wild idea and a full heart. Just like you. So, don't wait. Start. Start now, even before you're ready. Start that blog, that Etsy shop, the book club, the meetup group, the little side gig you have been thinking about. Don't wait any longer. If it burns in your heart and if it occupies your mind, then you have conviction. Start with that and let that take you down the road of fear, uncertainty, and insufficient resources. Let it guide your decisions. Allow it to take chances you wouldn't otherwise take, and listen to it when you're lost. Find that conviction inside of you, and once you feel it, every day for weeks and months, when it doesn't let go, when it stays with you, and when it becomes stronger every time you see or hear something that resonates with it, then start. Maybe the moment is not so impactful like it was for Richard, filled with frustration and a drive to change something that wasn't working. Maybe yours is more subtle. Start anyway. Don't wait for the big bang. Take a shoe off and dip your feet in the water and see where that first move will take you. Just start today, tomorrow, with whatever you have available to you right now, in this moment. It's not perfect, and it will never be. Just start, and that's when it will be perfect. One day. Much love.